Hello, YouTube modeling community. This is Rusty Rotor. This is not a mental Monday. We do have a piece of mail to go over, which we'll get to. I'll kind of break this down real quick. And I've talked about it a zillion times. Exaggerating, guys. But I've talked about it a lot. Of my past builds that have stalled out. You can call it whatever you want. Stalled out. It pissed you off. You broke something. You don't know how to do it, to get around it. Mental block, slump, whatever it may be. So like I said before, I've got 12 or more kits that I've started and not finished. Excuse me. Allergies in full effect. So I thought it would be pretty cool, because I have talked about a few of them, to get them down, show you where I'm at on them, what caused the mental block or lack of desire to finish it, issues that arose, how I'm going to correct them, and pretty much kind of what it looks like right now. So until I can build up thought process and take notes of mental Monday's topics, that's kind of what we're going to feature and discuss on Mondays. Friday will still be on what's on the bench, and that will be Jay's build, the commission build. And then every week we'll have the Aqua Rod race team update. Part 6 will be coming out this weekend. We will actually be in the spray booth on that one, getting some stuff primed, painted, so we can keep moving along on that one. As it looks now, it's going to be a pretty lengthy build series. I don't save my footage. It's saved in a different thing, so I can always go back and retrieve it. But as far as memory space on my phone, I don't keep it that way. I can just keep making videos. Just too many, 150 plus videos, guys. I can't store all that on my phone, but it's still up in the cloud. So if I need to retrieve it, I can retrieve it. And I was thinking about making a condensed, sped up version and putting that out later, at a later time. I don't know yet. I still got to figure out how to do all that. But this gentleman, we exchange shop cards. He has been a long time subscriber. He comments a lot on the videos, through messages. See what you find when you're not looking for it. I just found a pin that I was looking for to pin something together, so I'll put that in there. A little off topic. Anyways, so he was my second place winner in the Teaser Pleaser giveaway. So Larry, I'm really looking forward to seeing what you do with the wheels. How you incorporate them into your build. And remember, when you're done, Larry, upload those pictures to Ryan Jones, and he'll get it posted up on his website. So you'll have a little feature there also. But we've communicated back and forth a little bit. So he wanted to trade shop cards, and we did. And Larry, you are my 100th shop card requester. You got my very last shop card. So I am out, guys, until October. Hopefully my niece has them done by then, because we're taking them to Acme. That's when we'll reveal the new shop card, along with the two builds, the 32 and the Corvette. That's all I'll be bringing this year. That way I have more time and everything devoted to vendors, you guys, and my friends that are fellow model builders. And hopefully get to do a little filming of the show, the new venue, and all that as well. I'm not a big filmer. It's just not my thing. I know a lot of guys are into that, and it's all fine and dandy. It's just not me. But I will take some footage and show you some of the great builds that I really liked. So I will do that. So thank you, Larry, for all the kind words on the back. And I hope it's working. I really do. Because the end result is the basically the death of the channel. I can only go so long, and the channel stalls out so much that it just becomes more work than fun, and exciting, and all the great things that come along with being on YouTube. You know, what I can take away from it is I met a lot of great people. I had a lot of great people like this gentleman here. Uh, Change shop cards, trade a kit, some communication back and forth. Got to see pictures of their work. That part of it has all been excellent. Uh, it's the building of the channel, trying to make something out of nothing, and you know, it's like anything else you set out to do, and you've got your goals and things you want to reach, and if you don't, then is it worth it to keep doing that? And we've kind of been stalled out for about 4 months now, 4 or 5 months. We gain a little bit, we lose a lot, we gain a little bit back. It's that aggravation that is normal, and I get it. But in the same fact, I could be doing a lot of other things. I could get a lot more building done, and that's really what I want to do. And I want to get youth in here and teach them and build, build that kind of whatever you want to call it. That ambiance. I want somebody to come in here, feel comfortable, and sit down at one of my build tables and be able to build a model and know that they're creating something, versus out in the streets running amok, doing things they shouldn't be doing, making bad decisions, that if they had a different direction and, like a mentor type thing, that showed them a different way of your OCD, whatever it may be, ADD, ways to cope with that a little bit, and in the result have something to show for it, and something you can treasure and admire for the rest of your life, versus getting in with wrong people, making bad decisions just because you want to fit in, and really not having anything better to do with your time, and feel not accepted, because this is a great community, and we all kind of embrace everybody and try to lift everybody up. I've showed ways of doing that. I've tried to incorporate that. I've not seen any of the repercussions of that yet, so I don't know if it's worked. I don't know how many people actually did it. If you remember, I asked people to go to those gentlemen's channels, tell them I sent you, and my name, because not everybody knows me. Some of these guys that are way up there, like I said, 236,000 subscribers. He's big time compared to us normal guys, whether he gives a rat's ass or not. It's the fact that we made the point of letting him know, hey, we watch your stuff, we admire your stuff, you're doing a great job, keep it going. If everybody did a little bit of that, everybody's channels would surge a little bit, and everybody, you'd feel a little bit better, like, okay, people are getting it, people are watching, people are referring to me. It's that sense of accomplishment, I guess, is what I look for the most, because if you don't have it, it's like, what, at the end of the day, what's the purpose in doing it, type thing. I know there's a lot of guys that love what I do, and that's great, but I want to spread that to a lot of people. Not everybody's going to like everything I build or I do or what I say. I'm not dumb. I know this. But I just want the chance to show you what I do, how I do it, why I do it, all that stuff that bounces around in our heads. It may be insightful to some, may not be to others. But then again, the next build I do may be. So I always say, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you know when they come out. You get to pick and choose what you watch, what you do, how you spend your time, that type of thing. And all I'm asking is for just a little of your time. But if we can't get that, and we can't keep that in a rhythm of going, the line of communication opening up, and the line of communication on your guys' end is you hit that bell notification, you hit the subscribe button, you thumbs up, you thumbs down, you leave a comment. That all makes a huge difference in the way not just you, but millions of other people get to view this channel. Am I down in the I'm holding on for my dear life, or am I in the range where I'm in the flow of people are getting to see it pretty rarely, and like, oh, who's this guy, and check out his channel type thing. We're in the bottom feeder section. I mean, yes, we have 885 subscribers, but my goal is just an example. It's not exact science. 885,000. Is it realistic? Probably not, no. But there's nothing wrong for striving to get that. Uh, I'm striving to get that not for what most people do, which is financial gain. Because if the input doesn't equal the output, I'm kind of in a paper bag and I can't fight my way out type thing. It's okay. I'm wasting 15 hours a week, let's say, on creating videos and trying to specifically do things certain ways, and talk to these sponsors, and what I like to bring to the channel. What's your input on it, this, that, and the other. It doesn't become worth their time either, because they're not getting enough feedback themselves. It's the dog eat dog world. I scratch your back, you scratch my back. It's no different in YouTube land. So all I ask is that you guys really like this, spread the word, get everybody you can involved by watching the videos, commenting, send an email, all those things. That's by sending me emails gets me into your world. I get to see what you're working on, your visions, your ideas, and I'll give input where I can. If I can't, it floors me. It's going to be, that's amazing. It's terrific. It's all the above. But this gentleman, I love his shop card. It's one of my favorite cars. I like that he incorporated Revell monogram and AMT into it. He established in 2022, so he's a newbie to getting out there on all that. I don't know how far as newbie he is to building. I'm sure he's been building for quite a while, but he is on Facebook. This is the group he's in, Automotive Modelers Guild. There's his email if you want a shop card from him. I don't believe he's on YouTube. I believe he would have that incorporated in here, and he's not said to me that he is. But he's just a fan. He watches, and he admires what I do, which is terrific. And the words mean a lot, Larry. I appreciate it, and I'm really glad that you want a set of those wheels, and I can't wait to see what you do with them. Send me pictures and send me a final picture, and I'll put it on a video to show the final process. And remember, when you're done, upload your pictures to Ryan Jones's website, or contact him via Instagram and send him the pictures via a DM, and he'll get them uploaded on his website. Excuse me. And it's a little kind of reward too. You'll get to be up there, and people will get to see your work, type thing. So if you're into that, it's the wheels are yours. You do what you want to with them. I want to see the progress and the final outcome when you get done with it. So no rush, just whenever is fine. The pictures, I would still like to have enough time to sit down with my wife so we can get on the website and get these pictures figured out, because it's driving me nuts. But it is being worked on. It's always at the top of my head of something I need to get done. So don't fret, guys. The picture is coming. I just got to wait on my wife. I can't ask time of her if she's completely wiped out and exhausted after working 14 hours a day, whatever it may be, to take 15, 20 minutes, a half an hour to help me go through and get everything uploaded. That's her time to, decompress. And I'm not going to ask her to do that. So it's just a matter of time when I know she's got a free evening. We're just hanging out, watching TV, whatever. That I can have her sit next to me and we can hash it out. That's all we got in the mail. You guys know about the shop cards. My appreciation for everything you guys do, where the channel is at. The channel will improve. I'm just not going to do it on my own where I'm spending money, because remember, what's my number one theme? Anybody know what my whole premise is for everything that I do, or the first thought that runs through my head? If you know what it is, flood the comments with it. Everybody should know what my theme behind everything is, my reasoning behind it all, how I go about doing it. Throw it down in the comments. I want to see it. I want to see how much everybody pays attention. So, without further ado, we're going to try to make this video about a half an hour. I've talked about this build. I kind of pointed it out. I've never got it out and showed it to you guys. This build is probably about 85% done. Somewhere around there. I keep them in these containers. Anytime that I start a project and I stall out on it, or I just stop for one reason or the other, they don't go back into the original box. I put them in these containers. Why? Why do I do that? What is this? It's see-through. It's always staring at me. It's letting me know. If it's in a box, I can't see it. It's out of sight, out of mind. If I put them in these containers, I'm protecting them, number one, because you can see the dust that's on this thing. You know, unless I've got everything running in here, is the dust controlled? It protects it from the dust. And, you know, guys, inside dust, there's dust mites. There's microscopic organisms you don't see with your naked eye that will wreak havoc on your models. Destroy the paint, destroy the decals, lighting, all that stuff just destroys us. So I protect it, but yet I can see it. Anytime I look up here on my shelf, it's staring at me like, hey, hey, moron, jackass, get off your ass and get me out and get me finished. That's kind of how, you know, I look at things. So it's always haunting me. This is one of my favorite Impalas. It happened to be a Foose kit, which is a very nice kit. A lot of guys have built them, themed them different ways, you know, donks, lowriders, slammed, hot rodded, stock, you know, specific OEM all the way, purist, you know, every which way you could build one has been built. Now, am I changing that? No, not really. My thought process on this was not another car that I'm building to, or building it to represent. Get a drink, guys. I feel my blood sugar dropping. It was just a vision I had. And how did I get that vision? We've talked about it before. You know, my number one thing with cars catches my attention is tires and wheels. That's what draws me. Like, what can I do with this? Those are so cool. I'm just trying to get a little thing off here I saw. Where'd it go? I don't know why that's on there. Get it off there. There we go. All right. So I was at Hobby Lobby, and I was looking around, and I was like, there's a project I've had in my head. I don't know exactly how I want to go with it. And they finally had the Foose kit available. And I was going to order it online. I was like, no, I'll just check here at Hobby Lobby real quick. Saw the kit. I was like, great, you know, we're going to get that one. So I put it in the cart. Wasn't even thinking about it, other than it was a kit that I wanted. And I was looking at the diecast, and I was like, wow, this one's got 2 different tires and wheels to come with it. So I'll have 2 sets of tires and wheels. I'll never build the diecast car. It's just not my thing. I have some diecast that was gifted to me that I put up on the shelf. It's just decoration, and I admire them, and they're cool and all, but it's just not. I could go down that whole path of collecting diecast like anybody else. It's that easy and, you know, that nice. It's just got to rein myself back in, you know. We're plastic builders. We're not metal builders. But I did like the tires and wheels. They were highly detailed. They were the size I was looking for. The build I had in my head. What can I put them on? So I put the diecast kit in the cart. It was a good price. I think it was like 40 or 50% off. So I was like, well, that's worth $7. I think it was like $14.99, $15, something like that. Maybe a little bit more. So now what can I do? And I'm looking in the cart, and it just jumped out to me. It's right there. The 66 Impala. We'll two-tone it. I'm like, okay, because I don't do a lot of two-tone paint jobs. How do I go about it? Okay, so we'll take a look at the body, and we'll go over that real quick, because we are crunched for time. Start this side, that way I can explain. So this is my thought process. So you can see the color that's on the wheels. I matched the paint. It's a few shades off. I don't want exact. A few shades off, but yet still stays in that color wheelhouse. So you can see. So what color would go good with this? Do we just do the whole car this color and have this? And I'm like, no, because I want to do a two-tone. silver, because I'm going to have quite a bit of chrome on here, the silver would be really, really good and match up well. So, this is just how my brain works. And it did. It started laying so nice. Everything went good until I got to the roof. And then it did that. I don't know why. I don't know if I sprayed it too heavy. It wasn't heavy. I mean, as far as looks and miking it out and all that, I was no different up here than I am here. And you can see it laid perfect there as far as color. But when I got on the roof, it's like it just all started separating right here in this one particular area. You guys can see it up close. You can see kind of what it did. And I've seen other guys have horror stories of painting silver, and it's so hard. And if you spray too heavy, the metal flake will clump together, and you'll get that look. And that's what happened on that Volkswagen van, by the way. I did get it too heavy, and the metal flake kind of all went and pooled in one area and caused that distortion. And then I sprayed over it heavier, which just made the color too dark. But the end result was okay. It's a nice shelf model. But this one, I'm like, well, I got to get my paint line really clean, or as clean as possible, because I want to break the color. And that was the black. I was like, well, I have black pinstriping. That'll be a really cool feature. And you can see it does look really nice. The problem with the pinstripe is I had it hang off too far. The clear coat built up on it, and it's wanting to come off. And I'm going to show you the mistake of that, which is I took the pinstriping off because it was coming off, and it was under clear coat. So now I got a rough area that's got to be wet sanded down to get it smooth again. But my paint line came out really nice. You guys can see that's not photoshopped or anything else. There's my paint line. Nice and true, nice and straight, no bleeding. It's microscopic, but I knew that color would break those two colors very nice instead of just leaving it like this. This would be okay. There's no issues. The other side's the same way. And I can prove that because we're going to peel. See, you see me peeling it off. And you can see the difference in clear coat and not cleared by that line. If I angle it, you can see it's silver there, and how much the clear will change the appearance of the color you're using. You see it. You see there's a little rough edge there. Most of that's clear from where I just peeled that pinstriping off. So I'm going to wet sand all this down. I will mask off the lower half so I don't damage it, and I will focus on here. This will just get light wet sanding to get it smooth again. The clear coat's a little orange peeled. And then get this down past the clear, because I think there's only 2 coats of clear on this, so I don't have to go through a lot, and get down to that silver and sand that all down and respray the silver, because I'm not changing the colors. That was one process. Maybe I'll just go ahead and change the color, and I'm like, no, that defeats what we're trying to do, which is that. I liked out the murder out wheels, but with a body color lip on the wheel. And we got a super white tire, and they're rubber, so they're nice. The front tire is the same way. It's like a 20-inch front tire, and 23s or 24s in the back. So I've got a couple flaws up here too, guys. Get it angled where you can see it. This is not so much. It's a little heavy there, so it needs to be sanded a little heavier. Smooth it out. But I'm going to lose these decals, so I'm going to need to find the decals to put back on it. That was my biggest fear. I think I still have the decal for the back, or I just need to get a whole new decal set so I can redo them. The other side, this side here, I got ahead of myself, and I got a fingerprint in it when it was still a little wet. It'll be hard to see. See if it'll focus. There you can kind of see well, maybe not. There we go. It's a little rough and unclear coated there, so I missed some spots. But I've caught it, so it's like now I can fix the this is can't remember the name of the color, but I have enough paint to, if I had to, I could fix that too. But the rest of it's really good. It just needs to be wet sanded down, and then new clear coat will take care of the rest of it, and get the silver right, and then pinstripe the sides and be more precise with my edges, so it's not hanging out past, and then the clear coat doesn't take. I'm probably going to stop it a little shy of the back, and I mean shy is just a hair. Same way with the front. And then our hood, here's a good example. Half the hood turned out really good. Other needed to be smoothed out. And then the other half did this, like it splattered, but it didn't. Whatever this is the same that's on the roof, just further apart. So now the hood has to be all completely sanded down and repainted. I'm first going to try just to do the half, and then repaint the silver and see how it turns out. Let it gas out all the way, and then I'll lightly sand it, and then re-clear coat it and see what the results are. But that's how the car is going to look. Get the hood on there. The hood all fits nice. We're going to stock, completely stock underneath the hood. I mean, the car has been canned and, you know, it is hot rodded up a little bit. There's some horsepower behind it. It is a, what is it, 409? Yeah, 409 car. So it's got a big block. We're running the 2 4-barrel big block in it. Or 2 4-barrel 409. So, you know, it's going to have some power, but there's some things we got to correct. And get this pinstripe out of the way, guys. So moving on, the interior, the silver. We wanted a tan and black interior. So we got black. The tan goes good with the 2 other body colors, but yet we got a lot of chrome. The console's chrome. We got the chrome on the steering wheel. You know, we detailed everything up. The diecast that I got had a nice set of like Recaro type racing seats, so we painted those up. We added a little black to them to keep everything polished, you know, blending in, looking right. We got to run our seat belts through, back to the roll cage. It does have a roll cage. It's in here somewhere. Getting it out real quick. We're using just a single loop fire extinguisher. Our seat belts will attach on each side of that, the harnesses. All of our air conditioning detail, we just need to weather it just hair with some black wash. But you know, it's going to be a full air conditioned car, so on and so forth. And then you can kind of see how the seats, it'll be hard to show, but you can see how the seats sit down there. They're just the right size. Everything fits like it's supposed to. No problems with any of this, other than a final touch up, a varnish. I need another coat of black on here. Maybe add a couple speaker grills and put the console back in at the roll cage and do all the seat belts. So, you know, there's a couple hours worth of work there. So not a lot of time. Quite a bit of time will be spent sanding the body down, getting it masked off, repainting the silver, see how that all turns out. If it doesn't turn out this time, then yeah, unfortunately I'm going to have to dip the body and kind of start over with that, because I'm not giving up on it. It's just, it aggravated me to the point where I put it away. So now you know why this one got put up. I did scratch build the wheel wells. It's my first attempt. They turned out really good. It's just I got them too high arched. So you can see there's a slope here. They curve up and then they come almost straight down, which is not good. These need to come up and drop down right here about 1/4 of an inch and have the same shape all the way around. So I'm going to have to redo the wheel wells. And the suspension, I've got it too far down. It needs to go up. That is all scratch built. I used the kit diff. Those are aftermarket coilovers. The diff cover came with it. I scratch built the drive shaft, aluminum tubing. You know, there's our stock engine. We got a few decals to add to it. Oh, I'm sorry, it is a single 4. I thought it was a 2.4, 409. It's a single 4. I just saw that oval thing and assumed it was 2.4s, but it's not. We're not going to add any detail as far as wiring or anything up in here. We want it all to fit together like it was designed to, but yet have custom paint, custom tires and wheels, suspension, that kind of aspect. But it really is at the state where it should be a rolling chassis, but now we got to go back and change this. So this is where I say, you know, always pay attention. You know, I scratch built the exhaust tips. I love the way they dump out at that angle in the back. It looks really good when the body's on there. But, you know, your tires are round, so my wheel wells need to shape the tire and allow it to go further up in. And it'll primarily be touching right back here. to get, because right now the car sits like this, which is goofy. You know, back in the 70s, that'd be okay, early 80s. But now we want the car more of a resto mod look, sits a little lower, just a slight rake, kind of like what we're doing on the Aqua Rod. And then the cool two-tone paint job, the nice clean interior, doesn't look out of place. It all looks like a nice little show rod. You take cruising on the weekends. Is it fast? Hell yeah, it's fast. But now we got to straighten out all the body. And I got some other, now I got more blemishes you can see right here. Like I did get the paint heavy there and didn't know it. But by sanding it all down, getting down past that clear as much as possible and getting everything good and smooth, toothed up, we can reshoot the silver without having to worry about the, it's like a burnt orange color. I can't remember the name of the color. But if I can't get these straightened up here on the front on both sides, then I can always, you know, wet sand this back to the door line and then reshoot this area and be okay. But yeah, that's why I stalled out. The paint job just went south on me because of that crap right there and on the roof, as you saw. That stalled me out. So I didn't give up on it. So what do? You put it away for a little while until you can get your mind right, figure out the solution to the problem, what route you're going to take. Are you going to change your whole thing altogether? No. Some things, yes. Most of mine, no. That I only stopped them because of one or two little reasons. And that's because I would have never had this situation if I'd paid more attention, but I got ahead of myself because I had another project I wanted to really start on. It's weighing on my head. Ideas are going through my head and, you know, get it while it's fresh type thing. So this has suffered in a way because it should have already been done. When are we going to do it? That's the next question. I don't know. Right now, we're just going to each week review one, and you'll see where I'm at on it, why I stopped on it, what I plan to do to correct it, type thing, and kind of get your feedback on what you think about the build in general. Because at the end of the day, when I finish these 12 or 13, that's a dozen. You know, that's a dozen models I got to put somewhere in here, and will be on display for anybody that comes into my room. I had earlier today, I had the contractor that's going to be putting the siding on the house, came in and he was just standing here with his jaw dropped. He's an avid car collector, real cars, but he's always been fascinated by models, and he couldn't believe the level of detail, and that's rewarding to me. Somebody come in here and see what I do and how I do it and what the result is, and they're just like, you know, they could stand here for hours and stare. I feel the same way, whether I'm looking at a real car or a model car. So I hope you guys like it. Like I said, this is the Chip Foose 66 Impala. It is a beautiful kit. I highly recommend it. I had no fitment issues, nothing. You could build it right out of the box and have a beautiful model. So to me, those are highly, highly recommended, you know, kits. Sorry guys, my ankle was itching. The problems that arose from it are my own, and you know, some things you do and you can't correct, and you're like, damn. But luckily, I scratch built the wheel wells, so I know I can take those out. And yeah, I'll have to touch up paint. I'll have to take the rear suspension apart, modify it a little bit instead of the coilovers going straight up and down, which I wanted. So now I can't do that because they are, let's just say, they are this tall. I can't shrink them. So if I got something that's this tall, what do? I got to fan them out. Now, instead of having that straight up and down look like a 4-link, I can have the 4-link, but I got to angle my coilovers out to allow that differential to sink back up in there a little bit. Got to create space. And how do you do that? You have to reimagine, rework, refit, make new pieces, whatever it takes to get that in there. And the wheel wells have to accommodate the bigger tires, so you have clearance for everything to fit together. And at the end of the day, the final result that you're looking for, or you know, that you've spent all this time doing. So that's primarily where all my builds fit in. If you guys remember way back at the beginning of my channel, the 60, 65/66, whatever it is, Chevy C10, the one that's green with the flames, or black, matte black with the green flames. It's not that I've forgotten about that kit. It stares at me all the time because it's sitting right back here behind me. It's the fact that it's something new. I had to stop and walk away from it until I can get my mind clear of all these other things I've been wanting to do, and I need to get started on. And then when I feel kind of refreshed, that's when I go back to one of these and finish them up. You saw that with the Green Charger. You saw that with the 69 GTX. It took me over a year to build that. That's because I had issues fitting the engine in. And until I figured out a way to do it that would be not just shelf-worthy, but show-worthy, I put it on hold. And then as I see other guys do things, I learn, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll try this, see if this works. And voila, it did. So now I got a new way, a new method of doing things. And for all you guys that 3D print, here's a prime example. If you buy an engine, let's just say from Joel, hypothetically, you're getting that in like 1/24th, 1/25th scale. So you already know there's a scale difference between the two. So if you're building a 1/25th scale model, a 1/24th scale engine is going to be bigger than what the kit was designed for. But if you're dead set on that engine, so that means you got to modify to get that engine to fit. As a 3D printer, if you have the file of that engine, you can go down or up a couple scales, not to take away from the overall appearance, but by scaling down a couple scales, that engine now will fit. As where before it was just a little too big, the hood wouldn't shut, you had clearance issues. But if you scale it down a couple scales for that particular build, it'll fit. And it'll look nice, it looks the part, you can't really tell the difference. And I proved that to myself by my distributors that I make. It was a great distributor. It's in 1/24th, 1/25th scale. It'll work for either one. But it's like my wires were okay to use, especially on a big block application, that they wouldn't fit in the distributor very well. You'd have to strip the end, glue them in, and be okay. It looks the part, and they're nice. How can I improve that, though? I want to be able to just take the distributor, take my wire, and stick it down in the cap, and get that look and slide my boot down over top of it and be done. I upscaled the distributor 2 sizes. Now, is that full scale? No, it's like 0.5 each time. So I did that twice. So I upscaled it basically 1 scale, and I compared it to the other one. You couldn't tell the difference just by your naked eye looking at it. The only big difference you could see is the hole openings were just a little bigger, and it was just big enough for the wire to slide down into. So then I knew I had it. And then I did it for a build for an engine. And I'm like, well, how can I? So I scaled the engine down a couple scales. It fit perfect. So being a 3D printer, you can adjust and correct part sizes before you print them out to fit. Same way with the little fan on that 60/66 C10. The dash fan that McGill designed for me. He did it in like 10 minutes. He said, I didn't scale it, so you're going to have to scale it. So I printed three different fans, and then wrote down what I set them at, and then I set it on the dash and saw which one works the best. And I went back and looked at the measurements and realized that I scaled it down probably 2 times, 3 times, but it fit, and it fit the part. So I knew I had the right one. So boom, I'm done. I just take that fan and I put it with the kit. I know I have it. The other 2, I just throw my bins up here, and I have them for something else, whatever it may be. So it gives you an idea of ways you can counteract a stalled build. That's not incorporating the kits that I've started and just stopped. Had a different vision for it. I changed my mind, so I just stopped on it. These aren't about that. These are ones that I've built, and you can see how far along I am on it, that it's really close to completion, or I started it and then stopped for whatever reason may be. And that's what we're going to talk about, and that's what we'll look at. Some haven't even been painted yet. Some are in the beginning stages. And the reason why I stopped on it. That's what this is primarily all about. So I hope you enjoy this. And if you do, please, if you're not already, subscribe. Hit that little bell notification. You'll know when these videos come out. I can tell you this type segment will always be on a Monday for a while until I can build up some more mental Monday topics. And you gotta, you get here and now you don't want to go here, you want to go here. So I want to do better than each past one, type thing. You know what I'm saying? Same way when you build a model, you built one, now you want to do one better, and same mentality. But I hope you guys are enjoying that. Like I said, if you know what my theme is, put it down in the comments. What drives me on everything I do, and it's the primary thing. No matter what I want to do, everybody, I can drop $1,000. One of these kits we're going to look at, there is almost $1,000 invested in it, and it's not even built. It's the fact of, how do I want to spend my money, and the premises to it. And the thing I always have to go back to is what my theme is. And that's what I'm asking you guys in those comments. Flood those comments. If you know what it is, if you've been following my channel, you'll know. And that lets me know you guys know and you're paying attention. Because at the end of the day, that's how we learn, by paying attention. And we're going to leave it at that. Again, thank you, Larry, for the card swap. I appreciate it, brother. I'm glad that you're ecstatic about the wheels. I can't wait to see what you do with them. And same goes for all the other guys that won. They've all communicated back that they received them, kind of what their idea is going to be for it. They sent me pictures of the kit they're going to use them on. So I'm really looking forward to seeing those come to life. And again, guys, the quicker we get up in the 900s, the quicker all the prizes will be revealed. When we hit 1,000 subs, the giveaway will be a little different, but kind of the same as the teaser pleaser. And then we'll do a teaser pleaser in between that one and 1,500. We'll be going in the 500 increments after that. It's just, we went so fast, and then we just stalled out where I thought, well, hey, I'll make up for it at 1,000. 1,000's still going to be super duper, uber good. It's just, it's taken longer to get there than I initially had planned and figured out, which is a good thing and a bad thing. So, but at the end of the day, you guys have a great week. There may be a video jump up in the middle of the week. I'm not for sure yet. I don't have anything. I do have some things coming, but some of it I can't reveal. Some of it I can, because some of it is related to the prizes. And then the other stuff we can, and we'll go over. The Aqua Rod video will come out this weekend sometime, Saturday or Sunday, one of the 2 days. It'll be part 6. We are in the spray booth on that one. So you guys be looking forward to that. And yeah, thank you guys to all my past, present, and future subscribers. Thanks to all my sponsors. They are all always listed down below. If you get a minute while you're watching this video, just hit the link. Take a break from me babbling. Hit that link. Go pick you up a little something at Hobby Nut. Check out all the great product Ryan has. MSDF. That's that right? MGSF. Sorry. And great products, highly detailed, and they're great prices. And now with MGSF, it's great shipping because they are coming out through a United States shipper handle, which is Upscales Hobbies. So you can get all their parts there, all the parts that I showed you in the past video, and that I incorporate now into each build. And that's just an agreement I had with him. And guys, I hope you like this stuff. And the way to show me is to communicate with me. Thumbs up is always important. Please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. This is Rusty Rotor. I'm out.